Hey everybody, this is Grace, and we are out getting us something to eat for supper. I actually did not eat anything. I had some chips and queso that I had left over for lunch. I don't recall eating breakfast, and that's not good. Yeah. And then right now it's 6:18, and I had a sandwich probably. I don't know what time it was, 4 o'clock maybe. But we're getting some dinner, so I have some. I am rambling, yes I am. Okay, one of the reasons I'm kind of rambling, is there is a mom, I'm guessing, with at least two children. One of them has, wow, has to be like 2 years old, and he's running and getting a ball and throwing it over the fence. I mean, at 2 years old, really? I mean, he's a little tiny kid. How he has that much strength and how he can do it. I'm watching them and I'm like, wow. He bouncing the ball, throwing the ball, and then he runs. His brother kicks it back over or throws it back over the fence, and he runs after. And the fence, by the way, are shrubs. I'm saying fence, but it's just a fence of shrubs. Oh my goodness. Wow, that kid's strong for, teeny tiny kid, yeah. Okay, Adam came out. But this is a place I had ordered from. I'm not going to say which one of them, but I had to order something before. And they flat out told me over the phone, the woman, the short version would be the woman told me on the phone, like at 11 o'clock, that if I wanted it that way, to basically exchange it for something they put so much in, it was probably worth a lot more than what what it was. But they upcharged. She said they were probably going to upcharge you $4. Hey, $4 is not the problem. It's the principle. How many of our parents said that? It's the principle of the matter. Our grandparents and and you remember, you thought, oh, what is that? Or then like, ugh. Kind of attitude against it. Now you're saying it's the principle. But really, and they have no problem just saying $4 upcharge to exchange these two items. And now on the there also could be side orders or appetizer. I think one's an appetizer, one's a side order. Now if you buy them separate, totally separate from a meal, they're only $1 apart. $1 in price. Somebody tell me why they would think that makes sense. Well, the woman did over the phone. It was like 11 o'clock, and she said, "Can you call me back? I just got here. We're not open yet." So I said, "Okay, I'll call you back." She said, "Just give me 5 minutes." Well, I called back. I don't think it was exactly 5 minutes, a little longer, and nobody answered. And now they have these little things you got to go through, all these screens and screens. These pick one on this option, this on that, and then option, all that, just for a restaurant that is not a chain restaurant even. It's just like one. I think they have one or two. Anyway, so I did that, and then nobody answers the figures, and then I came here and saw that they open at noon. Oh, my alarm went off. They open at noon. Who opens at noon for lunch every day? Okay, it's not the everyday thing. It's the noon for lunch. Really? I don't know of any place that opens at noon for lunch, and that's when they open totally. Every day is at noon. Okay. It's not a breakfast place. They don't serve breakfast, so nobody can order before noon. People generally take their lunches at noon. So, really? Seriously? I don't know. It just didn't. None of this was making sense to me. Okay, so then when I got here, when I was here, I thought, oh, I'm going to go find some other place to eat. But nothing was. I wasn't craving for anything else. This is what I wanted. was, the place. I'm not showing you the place, but it's what I wanted. When you're craving something, that's like, that's all I can eat. And so I did drive around, like the block, and I said, no, I can't go there. And then there was all this traffic, this kind of stuff, whatever it was. And so I came back and I went in when they opened at noon. I can't stop saying that. And I went in and I since nobody had answered when I called back, because she was going to ask them about if they were going to upcharge me or what. And I hadn't asked anything. I hadn't asked her to. So when I came in, it was a guy, and she was there, and she just kind of walked off once she heard what I was asking. The person that was, the guy, was a guy. And he said, he was, they're both probably in their 40s. And it's supposed to be under new management, all this kind of stuff. So apparently they were saying that the old management was bad, and so under new management is good. Well, so I asked, how much it is for that. I switched those, and he said, well, we charge an extra $4. And we upcharge you $4. And they say it's so plain, like, it's just so accepted, and there's no problem. You know what I'm saying? In the past, there would be apologetic, that's the rules of our management, and they said we have to charge more for that kind of substitution. This was just no, that's what we're gonna do. I just looked and said, no thank you, and I walked out. And I told myself, I'm never going back there, which I know how I am. I give them another chance. You know what I'm saying? I give them another chance. So we're back here. This was, I don't know how many weeks ago. And Adam has been craving this place. So we're here, and I told him, I said, I want this separate. He was going in. I don't want to go in. I'm still mad. Just wanted to be mad. And, so I want to see, because I want to see what that is. That order that they would upcharge $4 for, if it were, I don't know, of course, if it's going to be the same size, as an appetizer as it would be in the meal. But in the meal, the other one that I was substituting, like I said earlier, they put so much. It's unbelievable amount. Yeah. But, this stuff happens. We know it. We're not born yesterday. And another place, that one that I said I was eating the rest of that, I was eating some queso. I still have a little bit left. Well, I went to it, and it was chips and salsa. No, not chips and salsa. Chips and queso for $6.99, something like that. And we'd had it before, and it was so good. So, but it was like one small thing of queso. So this time I saw it, it said, it was just a side order of queso for $1.99. Okay. And, oh my goodness. Okay, Adam is being something else today. But anyway, we went to this place a couple of days ago, and, I was just going to order a thing of chips and queso. And the queso, like I said, I don't know how to, I can't describe it, because it's not really what, I don't think it would be any kind of regular measurement. The whatever it came in, the little, container, it's not like it's a pint or something like that. But anyway, it was enough, basically, that, like, they gave a small bag of chips, and the chips that go along with it, and the queso, basically, I don't pig out on queso, so I didn't even use up half a bag of a small bag of chips. Okay, the kind of chips you get at a small bag you get at a restaurant. Anyway, but I asked for, it was a side of an additional side of queso, and it said it was $2, $1.99, $2. And I got it, and when we left from there, I looked in, and I told Adam, I said, look at this. I'm serious when I say it is what they usually put, like if the restaurant doesn't have the little packets, they put it in a little bitty container, little teeny tiny container of like ketchup or something like that. Very teeny tiny. That was a $2 queso. Oh my goodness. Oh, seriously. What is this? And the chips always seem kind of like they've been sitting there for a while. I mean, I've had them twice, and then that's the second time. First time, I thought, okay, this time, I gave them a second chance. So, anyway. Okay, anyway, so Adam's going in there to pick it up. Should be ready by now. The way he was knocking at the window trying to get me to show him what time it is, I said, you can read that, can't you? He knows where it is. Right there. But anyway, I don't know if I'm going to add I have some Dollar Tree videos. Seriously, I've taken, I think one of them was, some of them are from July 1st. This is August 23rd. I could be wrong. Maybe it's August 1st. I don't think so. But anyway, I want to get them off of my phone. It's only, what I have left is I think 10 or 10 plus. Maybe a couple, I don't know. Because they're different types. But, no, they're not Dollar Tree. I think those are about 3 or 4. I don't know. Anyway, there he is. I'm going to talk to you on another video. Bye.